I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot.
So the scene starts off in the future year 2029, the year I got a job. Yes, all this mayhem and destruction is all because I started putting the fries in the bag. So because of that, ChatGPT is trying to take over the world, aka the Terminators. But hey, the humans are fighting back though. So ChatGPT decides to send 2 Terminators back to the past, with the intense goal of erasing John Connor, the leader of the human resistance off the map. But the first Terminator got packed up, the second one, oh my god, he had to go. And that story starts off with the human race sending a Terminator of their own back to the past to protect John. But god damn, they spawned in that boy like he in a Rust server. No loadout, no clothing, no nothing. Just straight meat flopping left and right. Got the aunties and sisters in shock. So he walks up to his first victim, scans his profile, and basically said,
"Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours."
Had the whole room in laughter. So the dude smokes his cig, puffs it at the Terminator, and tries to burn him. But the Terminator just looks at it unfazed. Then looks at him with the intent of full-on violating this grown-ass man. Talking about some.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Proceeds to break his hand. Then the dude behind him fools on bumped his ass. The Terminator turned around like, who did that? Then tossed him out the window. The other guy got sent straight to the kitchen, cooking his ass. This guy pulls out a knife and stabs him. But he dislocates his arm and stabs him in the back. Then this dude was about to jump in, but he realized he was about to get beat up by some naked dude and ran away. So the Terminator walks up to his first victim, and this frame right here looks devious as hell. Like, what is he about to do to him? That's the kind of position only did his victim unlock, like a cursed achievement. He walks out the bar all dripped out and shit. Order meter is over 9,000. Then gets on the bike. But Unc right here tried to be a hero, so he snatched the shotgun away from him and robs him for his sunglasses. Then hops on the whip again, and he's just oozing so much aura. You could say it's perfect, but god damn, in only under 5 minutes of screen time, the Terminator detected the weakest link, got a full set of clothing, a bike, 2 guns, and a pair of sunglasses. And yeah, he didn't kill nobody, but I would not want to receive such a fate as this guy. Meanwhile, the T-1000 Terminator spawns in and is already looking for John Connor. So we get introduced to a younger version of John Connor, and his foster dad tells him to go inside and clean up his room.
Not my mother, Todd.
What'd you say to me, you little shit?
Ooh, I would have hit him with one of these. And you're telling me that this thug is the savior of the human race?
Lock this fucking thug!
His mother, Sarah Connor, went from serving tables at the diner to serving pull-ups in a psych ward. And she's in here because she tried to spread the word that there's an apocalypse coming. But the people around her look at this and see crazy. Meanwhile, a nigga like me look at this and start cheesing. So John and his friend head to the Galleria in the arcade section, and both the T-1000 and 800 are looking for him. And look, he's so nice, he brought some flowers for him. So his friend peeped there's a cop looking for him and helped him skedaddle out of there. Meanwhile, the T-800 starts walking down this hallway. John sees him, and just like one of them weird backpack kids, the T-800 reveals his hidden weapon. So John is like, oh hell nah, and runs at the other direction. The T-1000 walks around the corner looking mad as hell, only to get popped. So he starts letting that thing sink. The Terminator saves John, and in a smooth fashion starts blasting at the T-1000, actually walking his ass down. So he gets up and throws him across the wall, then across the window. Meanwhile, John is out of there, but the T-1000 just fools and starts sprinting after him. And if I'm in John's position, I'll be flabbergasted as hell. Like, what did I do for this grown ass man to start chasing me like this? Like, he's so dedicated into catching John, he hops into the truck mid-driving and starts ramming over cars just to get to him. Man, I know John is just thinking at this moment, what type of bullshit is this? Gang, I'm only 10 years old. Then the T-800 finally pulls up. Peep the reload too. I ain't glazing, but that's cold. He cold. Meanwhile, the T-1000 is so filled with determination in catching John, he loses his roof. And he about to turn that boy John into roadkill. But the Terminator jumps down, saves John, clocks his shotgun, and blasts at the tire. And he did all this in a smooth fashion, making the truck crash into a wall, then escaping. But the T-1000 ain't done yet. Later on, the Terminator starts explaining to John that 30 years from now, there's gonna be a war, and he's gonna be the leader of the human resistance, and he's understanding the situation quickly and fast because his mom drilled it into his head. So John calls his foster parents, trying to warn them about the evil Terminator, but T-800 noticed something was wrong and tells John they're cooked. Meanwhile, we switch to Sarah Connor, and she's trying to skedaddle out of this psych ward. Man, cause they got some freaky ass nigga in this bitch, bro. And at the same time, the T-1000 is coming to eliminate her. Even got bro blended in the floor. But that's enough evidence for me. We know it's really you, Plastic Man. I know what type of man you are. I just can't prove it. So the T-1000 turns into the cop standing right behind him, then kills him. He grabs his loadout and is on the hunt for Sarah. Meanwhile, Sarah escapes and bunks this PDR guard. Then she goes to the control room, throws the key as a distraction, then uppercuts bro and breaks this dude's arm. Look at him in the background. He's like, what you about to do with that? So John and the Terminator finally arrives at the psych ward, and before they went in, John is like, hey big bro, you gotta promise me no killing. Say you swear. I swear, no killing. So he walks up to the guard, and with no hesitation, he bursts through the window and opens the door, talking about some he'll live. He'll live the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Back to Sarah, and she's at the other control room, and she's threatening to pump this guy with all that poison if they don't let her out, and they do. So this guy tried to get one behind her, but she uppercuts his sorry ass and pushes him. Ah, hell nah. She did not push this freaky ass nigga down hard for him to spread his cheeks wide open. So they sound the alarm, and she starts booking it. The guard starts chasing her, then she hits the corner and sees the Terminator walking out. PTSD so bad she running for her life. Then one of the guards dives on her, and they start jumping her. So the Terminator picks up this guy and tries to throw him out the window. Picks up the other guy and throws him through the door. So he hits this guy in the stomach and pushes him to the wall. Then the chick breaks his glasses.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
They look behind and sees the T-1000. The T-800 is already blasting at him, and Sarah is already gone. She do not mess with them Terminators. Then the two Terminators starts running towards the elevator. The T-800 makes it, and the door closes. So the T-1000 puts a blade through the door and opens it up. He like, here's Johnny, only to get face pointed by his shotgun and blasted his head open. But he regenerates and jumps down the elevator, scratching Sarah through the roof. So they get out from the elevator. Sarah hits the "This is America" pose and robs the cop car. Then the T-1000 hops down from the elevator and fools on starts sprinting towards them. I know John in the back like, dog, leave me alone. So Sarah and the Terminator start shooting at him, trying to slow him down. But that don't work, cause he grabs onto the back of the car and tries to end the movie early. So the Terminator hops out from the whip and blasts him to the streets, giving them the opportunity to make their escape. So they go into this garage. The T-800 patch up Sarah, and she takes out his CPU and tries to break it, talking about some, these clankers should be the end of all of us. Mom, no, he's one of the good ones. The next day they hit the road, and the Terminator tells them that this Dyson guy is the reason for Judgment Day. The reason I had to get a job. All because he made a revolutionary type of microprocessor that turned evil on the human race. That's why we should stop giving AI access to the internet. Cause Ultron was in that bitch for 1 second and you niggas had to go. And the one from the Terminator came up with the same conclusion.
AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
And Sarah's just in the background listening to the whole story with a face like this. Oh my god, she is horrified. But she knew this ninja had to go. So later on, they pull up to this camp. Sarah meets up with some old friends. John and the Terminator starts bonding more. They even found some good loot. Bro talking about some excellent. Then Sarah, feeling tired, takes a nap. And she gets a dream about Judgment Day, the day everything normal got wiped off the map. So she gets up, puts on the glasses, ignores her son, and went on a mission. Whole time was just some fat ass nigga that ate 20 burritos. Bro farted and the smell got into Sarah's nose while she was sleeping, affecting her neurons and brain cells and things of that nature in her head, leading to her having a dream like that.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it. Nah.
So she goes on to take out Dyson before he creates something horrifying, but she couldn't bring herself into killing him after seeing his family. Eventually, John and the Terminator pull up and they explain how he's the reason for Judgment Day. And he's all confused and baffled like. So Dyson decides to help them destroy the chip as he takes them to his place of work. They force their way in, the Terminator blows up the door, and they start destroying everything in the lab. Shit, a nigga like me would have at least put something in my pockets. Could have sold one of them AI texts to some random guy on eBay and brand it.
Nigga Chain, the first fully AI layer 2 blockchain built on Solana by niggas
for niggas.
Then the whole police force starts pulling up deep, and that's when the T-800 knew it was his time for him to shine. Even got bro cheesing about the fact his aura meter about to go a level beyond Super Sync. He pushes the table at the window to get their attention, and with this badass minigun in his hand, he starts spraying at the cops, had them boys running for their life, then pulls out a grenade launcher and started destroying their cars. And I just sat there looking at my screen like, yo. Meanwhile, John and Dyson grabs the chip and the first Terminator arm, and the whole group was about to make their escape, but Dyson gets knocked down and blows up the whole floor. I ain't gonna lie, that's on me. I'm sorry, nobody asked for that. He had a whole family and everything. But I'm gonna make it better though here. John and Darius are still trying to escape the building, but they have the police waiting for them. Then the cops shooting some tear gas to fetch him out. But the Terminator is like, stay here, I'll be back. So he walks through the smoke and they started firing so much bullets at him, his skin was coming off. But he calmly takes out his pistol and started shooting at every single kneecap on sight. Grabs the gas launcher and critical hits this guy, walks out the building and started shooting tear gas at every single cop on sight. Then walks through the smoke, takes out the police mask and drives a whole truck into the building, getting Sarah and John out the building. Then the T-1000 spots them, then made a calculated decision to ride his bike through the building, hops into the heli and kicks the pilot off. So he starts chasing the truck and they start firing back at each other until Sarah gets shot. The T-800 slams the brake, crashing the truck into the heli and flipping the truck. But it didn't even matter because they all found new vehicles continuing the chase. The T-1000 comes to the side and pins them against the rail. So the T-800 pops out the vehicle and shoots a gas grenade at the truck, but nothing seems to be slowing this man down. He's completely locked in trying to take out John Connor. So the T-800 starts making MVP plays, picks up his gun, goes to the truck and fools on spray this nigga down, flipping the truck over. That boy John looked back on some, that's why he's the GOAT, that's why he's the MVP. Then the T-1000 comes out from the truck and because of all the chemicals he gets frozen up. T-800 sees this, takes out his pistol, hasta la vista baby.
Oh, he dead.
But the T-1000 is not done yet. They saw his ass get up and took flight. So the T-800 is locked in trying to find him. But the T-1000 finds him first and started doing him like these. The T-800 goes for a punch, but it goes through his head. Then the T-1000 grabs him by the hand and pushes him into the machine, getting him stuck. Then goes to find John. Sarah sees him, helps John escape, and puts the number 0 on his body. The T-1000 then stabs her against the metal and was about to end it, but the T-800 comes in at the right time and saves her. And bro did not like that though, cause he tries to terminate the Terminator. He pushes him off and slams the metal pipe into him, then picks him up and tries to smash his face in, damn near finishing the two-face procedure, then stabs him in the back, shutting him down. Then John starts hearing his mom's voice calling him. He sees her, but it was actually the Terminator, and his real mom came behind him and blasted a hole in between it, then reloads the shotgun like a badass and blasted 5 shots at him. And to finish it off, the Undertaker, the GOAT, came back from the dead and shoots a grenade launcher at him, and the T-1000 was defeated. Yeah, that clanker had to go.